براءة من الله ورسوله إلى الذين عاهدتم من المشركين فسيحوا في الأرض 4 أشهر واعلموا أنكم غير معجز الله وأن الله مخزي الكافرين.
الحمد لله رب العالمين. We're still discussing issues pertaining to neighbors. A neighbor under you, a neighbor is someone who is in the same neighborhood with you. A neighbor could be a household who both of you would have rented an apartment together. That is what a neighbor is all about. But from what we have read, on a very moral justification, on attitude, a normal attitude of doing things, a good character, a good behavior, we should know here that we are not on our own fabricating. We are not. Whatever we are doing here is what we have read. It is what we have studied for a very long time. Studied for almost 40 years. We have been on this study. That is why that on this particular day we say that we have to review to ourselves. We have to narrate to ourselves that we must be our brother's keeper. We must wish for ourselves what we wish for our neighbor, or what we wish for ourselves, we should wish it for our neighbor. So on and so forth. If you had listened to our discussion so far, you would have been seeing that many of us had not been trying. They have not been fair to their neighbors. They have not been fair to their neighbors. That is why when Almighty Allah has spoken, Prophet Muhammad has spoken, nothing else to look to search for any longer. If you search for what is contrary-wise to here, that means that you are into innovations. You are innovating something new into the religion. No one has the right, no one has a duty to say he will look down on a mortal as him. No one has that audacity. No one has that temerity. If you had read, as we have been putting it before you, if you had been able to do research when you have Buhari, go to Muslim, precisely be on Buhari volume 12, go to Bab Jai. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said, Mazala Jibril Yusuni. There has never ceased Jibril when he kept on advising me about a neighbor, Hatta. I was not thinking what I was thinking. I know you are resolved that he is going to edit him, because he kept on repeating. If you want to go to paradise, the way you have treated your kinsmen, the way you have treated your parents first, especially your mother, your father, all of them you have treated them. The next one you're going to do is your kinsman, so on and so forth. What you are going to do, neighbor equally on what? On the list. You don't need to look down on them. You don't need. That is what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, that is what it said. But I have referred you to. Go to Ibn Kasir, volume 1. Go to chapter, verse 36. وَعَبُدُ اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكِي بِهِ شَيْئًا وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. You are going to find it there. Or is there? You read it. You are going to get it. Go to Qur'an. Go to volume 5. Go there. You will find it there. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, he said, do not be selfish. Do not be economizing for your neighbor. For example, if you know how to use leaf to treat someone who has a tummy upset, you cannot call it teach that your neighbor. Forget about whether he's a believer or he's a disbeliever according, or both of you are coming to me. I know how to judge you people. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, when he was asking, who knows the responsibility, the akul jari, who knows the responsibility of neighbor? A lot of people, they said, Allah wa Rasul a'lam. He is Almighty Allah, and He is what? Messenger that know, we don't know. He told them that when your neighbor, some of the responsibilities in this takaraduka, when he asks you for money, I want a short loan, I want a soft loan from you. Give him that soft loan. Give him that soft loan. Don't say, I will not give you the money. If you have the money, give him as your neighbor. When he asks you for what? For a help, help him. If he asks you for a help, help him. He is your neighbor. He is your brother. So on and so forth. When he needs anything from you, for example, whatever he needs from you, give to him. He is your neighbor. He is your neighbor. When he is impoverished, when what? He is impoverished with anything, help him to get back to his feet. Amen. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam is talking. وَمَنْ أَطَاعَ اللَّهَ وَمَنْ أَطَاعَ رَسُولَهُ فَقَدْ أَطَاعَ اللَّهَ. Whoever obeys Almighty Allah is obeying Prophet Muhammad. Or whoever is obeying Prophet Muhammad is obeying Almighty Allah. Whatever he has said, Almighty Allah has said so. He never said anything according to himself. He was all the time receiving revelation. Whenever any matter of any nature has befalling on them, Almighty Allah will send the Malaika Jibril, say, go and rectify it. Tell them this is how to address it. What exactly do you need? I don't know what you need, but whatever you need, go back to glorious Quran, go and study. Whatever you want then is equally there. I don't say this is not a thing of amusement. This is everything is in a very earnest, serious about it, so on and so forth. You have heard about neighbor in Instagram. When he needs something from you like a soft loan, give him that loan. If he needs a help from you, give him help. What do you want? When he needs something, anything, give it to him. When you see him, he's poor, something has eating him up, maybe he has a farm or he has this, and you are in a better position to support him to go back to what he needs, you have to do it. He has a bank, he has what? He has a car and the car is no longer working. You have money, give him money to repair it. That is exactly what we're saying. When he's in a situation like that, you need to be of help to him. You want to have money and keep the money. What are you going to do with the money? To do what? To waste it. Almighty Allah said, do not waste your money. Wala tubeziri tebeziro. Do not waste your money. Inna limubezirina kanu ikhwana shayatwi wa kana shaytana lirabbih kafura. That is what Almighty Allah said. Do not waste. If you spend your money on your neighbor, you have not wasted your money. But if you waste your money in a what? In a parties, moving from one amusement to another, recreational club, going to rendezvous, you organize parties day in, day out. You have been seen in the hotel, you spread money to people where your neighbors are there, they have not eaten. Almighty Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said, you cannot be well fed, your neighbor is not well fed. How will you, what are you going to say? What are you going to explain? When he said, marry them. When he's sick, go and visit him in the hospital. Don't let anyone to deceive you. Whether he's a pagan, you must go and greet him. Whether he's a disbeliever, you must go and greet him. Whether he's a misbeliever, you must go and greet him. Whether he's an unbeliever, go and greet him. Whether he's an idol worshipper, go and greet him. Leave that to Almighty Allah to handle, not anything. He said, whenever something good has happened to him, you go and felicitate with him. Something good has happened, felicitate with him. Go there, take mineral. You will be entertained. Take. Because why? He has achieved something good. Your neighbor, don't joke with neighbor. Irrespective. You cannot joke with your neighbor. When something adversary, misfortune has been falling on him, what do you need to do? Go there and what? I help to sympathize with him. You must go there to sympathize with him. What exactly are we not talking about? Go there, felicitate with him. Sympathize with him. The way you felicitate with him, you have taken a bottle of a Coke, then equally go there and be wiping your tears for him that something bad has happened to him. That is what Almighty Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, that is what he said. When it matters, when he dies, janazatu, you must attend. That janaza, tenshia, janazatu, you must go to that janaza. You must accompany. You must give away, prepare. You can support them with money, anything, because they may not have money, he may have small children, maybe he doesn't even have a wife, so on and so forth. The family, they are very far off. You cannot imagine someone in Kano, you cannot imagine someone in Port Harcourt, someone in Calabar, in Lagos. Before they could arrive there, the body would have started rotting. Therefore, you must be afraid to ensure that body is being washed, is being buried, interred. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam is talking. He spoke because he didn't want division. He didn't want to what? A fracas to be established. He didn't want a face-off. He didn't want a long eye within a neighborhood. We need to work, do things one on one, work together, play together. That is what is established. He said, do not offend, la yuzi, do not hurt. Do not hurt your neighbor. Bikuntari kidirika. When you are cooking the aroma, do not use it to offend him, except you are going to give him from it to eat. You are going to serve him. In another narration, Muslim, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said, when you are making marqat, you are making soup, add water to it to enable you to serve your neighbor. How will you feel you are enjoying? You have eaten. Your next door neighbor has not eaten. How will you feel about it? What kind of mind will you have? Your children have gone to school, you have the money. Your neighbor's children couldn't go to school. What kind of mind will you have? That you will not support them? I don't know, except it's Almighty Allah that knows what kind of mind that person has. He said, La tree. Do not raise your fence or build a house higher than that person. You want to say, I think you are better than him. Or you have to do that with his own word, permission. Or you are going to give him give him a room from that your house you are built. You know what? You are preventing his word ventilation. You know so. Are you not aware you are preventing his ventilation? Having built a house higher than that of his? He has a down house. But you want to show that you are Zulman, Al-Ghani, that you want to raise a house above his house in order to what? To prevent ventilation. You cannot do that without his permission. Even if you are going to do that, ensure that what? He has a room there. So that he too has to go to upstairs and be staying in the upstairs. May Almighty Allah give us money. Go give us money to be able to take care of ourselves. May Almighty Allah don't give us wealth that will mislead us. May Almighty Allah give us wealth that will enable us to carry out these functions. Because those are functions on earth. You must be able to meet up with these functions. You ignore your neighbor. You want to call yourself someone. You don't want your neighbor to be someone. You cannot. The best investment so far is investment on a human being. You need to invest on a human being. Forget about, sometimes you think your children will be of help to you. Your children may not be of help to you. That person you are giving just 100 naira will be the one to remember you. May Almighty Allah give us a good charisma. May Almighty Allah give us a good attitude. May Almighty Allah give us a good character and a good behavior. He said that having said so, it's telling you that don't raise a building above your neighbor's building. He said you can't buy fruit. When you are buying fruit, buy and give as a gift to your neighbor. A fruit, buy. If you know you are not going to give your neighbor that fruit, hide it and take it to your room in a secret way. Nobody will know about it. Hide it, take it to the room so that he will not even feel, he will not see, he will not perceive. Take it to the room and keep it. Do not allow your children, do not, he repeats, allow your children to take them out. My father has bought an apple for us. My father bought us what? Pineapple. My father bought us carrots. My father bought us what? And those people could not have it. For you to have taken them outside, you already offending them. You already hurting them. What are you expecting them to do? They will go and meet their daddy that does not have money. Daddy, I want to eat apple. Daddy, I want to eat carrot. That you have done, you are increasing what? Difficulties for that man. May Almighty Allah not let us increase difficulties for anybody. May Almighty Allah not let us increase difficulties from anybody. May Almighty Allah help us. May Almighty Allah give us wisdom. May Almighty Allah give us wisdom. May Almighty Allah let us deal with our neighbor in a very good way. May Almighty Allah allow us to deal with our neighbor. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, he asked them, do you understand what I am telling you? Because many people will not do all those things I'm saying. No one except a man God has given a good ikima. A man God has given a faith that will say, I will have that mind to say, I am going to treat my neighbor very well. Many people, even when they have food, when they see you coming, they will hide their food. They don't want to share from there. I don't know what they were trying to do or what they are trying to portray. They want to show that if he shares from that food, the food will get exhausted. It's a lie. The moment someone shares from the food keeps on double. doubling. There's something we even call quadruple. Into 4 places, the thing will quadruple. You have enough of it. May Almighty Allah help us. May Almighty Allah remove what? Stinginess. May Almighty Allah economizing. May Almighty Allah remove it from us. Neighbor, you cannot overemphasize neighbor. Neighbor is important. We ordinarily, in an ordinary understanding, you have rented an apartment, you alone and your wife, your children. When something terrible happens, who is to be called upon? Would they go to call your people? Situation would have been what? Be calm before they would call your brother, call your sister, that something happened. Or it was about to happen, who were able to take control of the situation. A man that can run like that for you, then why won't you to run like that for him? How many of us can accomplish? How many of us can do this? It is very difficult to say that we are going to do it. Neighbor is not a thing to joke with. From ordinary understanding, we would have been believing now that the way neighbor's issue has been treated, whether it is even higher than that of the Silicon Valley, because neighbor very effective, very detailed, because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said, he said, Wallahi, he said, Wallahi, Wallahi, La yu'min, Wallahi, La yu'min, Wallahi, La yu'min, Kila ya Rasulallah, man. I swear, he was swearing, I swear Almighty Allah, he is not a believer. He is not a believer. He is not a believer. Kila, someone said, man, who is not a believer? So, lazy, la ya'manu jaruhu bawa'iqahu. Your neighbor is not free from your what? From your evil deeds. If you do that, it baffles me. Some people begin to believe on the day of resurrection, your neighbor, whatever the bad you have done to him, you will be accounting for it. You are not going to be judged by somebody in Lagos. Does he know you? Have you seen the person before? You have not seen the person before. It is your neighbor, your immediate brother, sisters, your parents. You will have a judgment. They will judge you. Your neighbor must, whatever you have done to your neighbor, you will account for it. May Almighty Allah give us good wisdom. May Almighty Allah give us money to treat our neighbors very well. Whichever way we know we can treat them, may Almighty Allah give us the power, give us the wisdom and the wiseness. May Almighty Allah give us a good neighbor. No matter how it is, may Almighty Allah let us deal with them very well. This is where we are going to stop for today. And may Almighty Allah help everyone around us. I know a lot of people are not happy because they feel they don't have money. May Almighty Allah give them money. Some of them of us are not happy because they feel we don't have knowledge. May Almighty Allah give us good knowledge. May Almighty Allah give us good wisdom. Our children, may Almighty Allah let them better than us. Like the way we tried in the sight of our parents, may Almighty Allah let their try more than ours. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. صلوا على النبي الكريم صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم.
أنت نور الله فجرا جئت